Sausage here!
And of course your meatball.
And guess what today is?
It's our birthday!
Yay!
How old are we today?
The channel is 4.
4 years old!
Yeah, we've been doing this for 4 bloody years.
Well, hopefully we've improved.
I would say so. Go to the very beginning video, back in 2012, and then compare it to this one. I'd say there's been a huge improvement. Mostly because we're not talking through a potato this time.
Oh, that is true. We had to buy new potatoes each video,
we did.
didn't we?
We did, yeah. It was a nightmare.
It was a total nightmare,
I mean,
tell
just
you.
trying to put a USB in a roast potato, it's
Oh,
impossible! I mean, the sweet potato had the best sound.
Anyway, shall we get on with this wonderful video of ours?
Well, we were going to do a Q&A, but considering not many people go into the comments section, lol, we weren't going to be able to get any questions. So to give you some more information about us, we decided to do a top 10 video in celebrations, but this one's a top 5. Because it was easier to do a top 5. So we're going to go through a list of our top 5 MMOs, and I will tell you this now, they are 1, our opinion, and 2, not in any particular order. It's not like we like one more than the other, we like certain things about them. That's all that there is to it. If you disagree with anything, like you say, oh, why wasn't this here, why wasn't that there, please comment below. We would definitely love to hear.
I mean, these games we've spent thousands of hours on collectively.
I'd say one of them in particular would be close to approaching tens of thousands of hours for a certain someone.
Yes, and everybody would guess if they have watched previous videos,
yes,
which one I was going to mention.
Some of them I've only put like about a few hundred hours in at the moment, but they are still really good. But collectively, yeah, there's
a lot of hours.
Quite a lot of hours sunk into them.
Anyway.
So without further ado, let's sink into them with number 1.
WildStar!
WildStar. What can we say about WildStar?
WildStar is a cartoon.
I wouldn't say it's cartoon.
Animation, wouldn't you?
It's not got realistic graphics, but I wouldn't say it's cartoon, because cartoon for me is cell shade, and that's not cell shade.
No.
It's imagine a Pixar movie. That's probably the best way to put it. It's kind of like Ratchet is very much like Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Very much like Ratchet and Clank. I definitely get the Ratchet and Clank vibe from it. But for me, this MMO is one of the funniest out there.
The humour again, Ratchet and Clank-esque
it's
humour.
very much Ratchet and Clank-esque humour. It is so good. It's kind of fantasy-based, but it's also not. It's very much sci-fi at the same time, because you have hoverboards and spaceships and lasers and just death and...
It's free to play as well.
And it's completely free to play.
Originally, it came out as pay to play.
Pay to play. They changed that then. So.
But they've now revamped it totally.
Yeah, it's been completely overhauled. There's kind of like an expansion almost to it.
It's beautiful now. I mean, back in the days, it was nice.
Yeah, but it's just brilliant.
But yeah, it's an amazing game.
The classes, they're all good classes. Like, it's got a thing for everyone. If you're one of these spellcasty type people, there is a spellcaster in there. If you like running up to someone and smacking them with a weapon, you've got that in there. If you just want to be a giant freaking robot with a giant gun and shoot things in the face, you can be one of them too.
Also, what I like about it is that the lights on the floor.
Yeah.
Don't stand in them. Don't stand there. Standing in the green.
I think they're called telegrams, aren't they? Telegrams? Yeah, it kind of has helpful things. I'll try and see if I've got some footage for that. But there'll be, like, colours on the floor of a certain degree. If you step in certain ones that are dangerous, you'll take damage. Green ones are helpful. Red ones are not. It's really good. It kind of keeps your movement going. It's a very movement, fast-paced playing MMO.
Yeah.
You can, I think, play it with a 360 pad. Don't quote me on that, but I think you can. I know others you can, but I'm not sure. I think you can. But it is definitely worth a try. It's a free-to-play MMO. We do love certain things about it, like the fast mount speed that you can just hop on a mount and hop off.
Yeah, don't take it too seriously, though.
No, it's definitely not one you should be serious with. If you've got a good sense of humour, then you'll love it. But before I forget, you also get a customizable player home. Fully customizable player home, down to the size of things, everything. It's just insane. If you've ever wanted your own little space, you can have one with this. It is amazing.
Okay, that was Wildstar.
Right, moving on to number 2, which is, of course, Trove. We have done videos on this before, haven't we?
We have. I think we've done about 2 now.
2 videos on Trove.
Yes.
And it recently had a expansion, I'll put that in quotations,
Which was called Mantle of Power.
Mantle of Power,
Yes.
where they gave you a lot more stuff to do, like more planes to visit, more things to fetch, more stuff to grind. What we will say about Trove is the base game is very good. It's very much enjoyable.
It is. We've had a lot of hours. I think we've had about 300 odd hours on it.
I don't know. I mean, you've probably had a few more than me because you were playing it with Kay for some time. So, but I can't really say too much about it. It is a fantastic game. I do love it. I love all the classes in it. They're a lot of fun. I love the art style. I love the fact you can build stuff.
Pixels, lovely.
Again, you can have your own house that you can summon at any given time.
I mean,
anywhere.
what's your house?
My house is actually a weird, like, red thing. Like a red, normal-looking house, but on top is the Super Mario 8-bit amiibo. I kind of took the 8-bit amiibo that you can get and rebuilt it within this because it's got voxels, like Minecraft. You've got cubes, you plop them down, and you can build them up. I'll see if I can get a picture of it for you.
My one is a normal house.
Yeah, just a mishmash.
In the basement, it's a football pitch.
Yeah, I mean, you do have a fairly limited size.
Oh yes. It's a square grid.
In the width and length, you have a fairly limited size, but you can go all the way down to the wall bottom of the map and all the way to the top of the map.
Yeah.
So you've got height. You've got more height. So if you want to build a skyscraper, recommended because you've got that height there.
And many people do.
Many people do. You just see them everywhere.
Negatives.
But there are a few negatives to Trove.
Unfortunately.
It's getting worse with the pay-to-win aspect. Like, the store is pretty bad. They keep throwing things in there that you've got to pay for. You don't get me wrong, you can play the game entirely free. It is entirely possible to play it for free without spending a penny, but don't expect to get anywhere.
I mean, you'll grind until you're 100 years old.
Yeah, the game is designed to be a solid, hard grind, and you've got to rely on some really bad RNG to get anything that you really want in the game. Like, you get chests, but to get rares out of them, you pretty much have more chance of being kissed by the Pope.
But that's why. But that's why you need guilds.
Yeah, but they don't. They don't really have guilds. They have
You know what I mean, like groups of people.
Yeah, there are places you can go. I can't.
Your home hub.
Yeah, your home hub. I can't quite remember what they're called, but you can have a home hub. We have one, the meatball and sausage one, which we will welcome new people to if they want to.
Yes.
You won't be an officer, so you can't access the officer's chest.
And you can't blow everything up.
You can't blow anything up, which is handy, which is really dumb because we can. The amount of times we've accidentally hit that bomb button.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, so there are some downsides to Trove, but if you're looking for something to play that you just want to kill a load of stuff and you really don't mind grinding things out, I would highly recommend Trove.
It takes about, 2 minutes to download as well, because it's not big.
It's not a very big game, it really isn't, and it's not hard to get into by any means. You pick up a character, you start killing things, you'll level,
and then
you'll learn as you go along. Plus, I will say there is a really decent tutorial to it. It does walk you through it with like tabs and everything, teaching you what you're supposed to do, and it does look really good. Like, they have updated the visuals fairly well, so. But getting gear, don't expect to get anything good in a very long time, because we haven't.
No,
and we've been
haven't.
playing for a very long time. We're not even at the end gear yet.
Alright.
Anyway, moving on to number 3. Number 3!
Okay, it's Rift. Rift is blooming excellent.
Can I just point out, this is the second game by Tryon Worlds we've put on this list.
Oh, yeah.
So they know how to make an MMO. Anyway, continue.
They do. Rift starts out as just an every generic, MMO.
Yeah.
Basically, you make your character, you go into the tutorial worlds, and
Yeah, like the starting zones that you have in every MMO ever that's a fantasy-based one.
yeah,
Oh.
kill stuff,
Kill stuff.
like rats and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Your basic generic, like basic mobs that you start with, like kill these bandits or.
But then, what is amazing about it is that it's got rifts.
Rifts.
Rifts. You get like water rifts, fire rifts.
Yeah, they're dynamic
rifts.
events. They happen randomly across the entire map. You could be in the middle of a quest, and all of a sudden, boom, a giant fire rift that opens above your head, and a load of fire-based enemies spawn from it.
And there's rounds.
Yeah.
Rounds of difficulty. You know, like first round is like little mobs.
Yeah.
Second round it's like medium mobs. Third round it's like a big boss.
Yeah, think of it in the sense of it's a survival arena deathmatch type thing, with the rounds of the arena match getting progressively harder to the point where you're going to need more people within the group.
It's lovely graphics as well. They've just upgraded the graphics as well.
I didn't know
Now it's multi-core as well.
Ooh.
But when it first came out, it was only a single core game.
Oh, okay.
So now it's accessing your multi-cores, how many you have, kind of thing. So if you've got an i7,
I got a 7.
So then we're we're going to be awesome.
Yeah, one thing I will say about it is it kind of breaks from the cookie cutter classes that a lot of MMOs have.
Oh yeah,
Because they have a lot of you can pick 3 different classes for one character, which sounds really bizarre. You can multi-class. So if you want a spellcaster but also something that slaps something in the face and heals, you can.
Yeah.
Because you pick things called souls, and these souls give you different access to different spells and attacks, and as you level your character, you'll gain more talent points to spec into different trees. Because I have this spellcaster, there's a mage that shoots a lot of fire everywhere, but also heals people with damaging spells.
I think you had also, because we have recorded a video on this.
I think
a
we
couple,
did.
I think, actually.
What,
again.
Rift? Wow,
Yes.
I don't remember every video we
And
do,
you
guys.
had your, what's it called, Synthesis.
Synthesis, oh, I love him.
That was really good as well.
Yeah.
Because that was like a tree.
He's a
kind
chloromancer.
Yeah.
Basically, he uses a lot of plant-based magic. So I'll put, say, a debuff on an enemy, which will, every time someone hits him in melee range, they actually get healed by that enemy's health.
It's just really good. Again, there's raids, there's
mounts,
groups,
there's pets.
There's
There's all sorts of things. There's everything a decent MMO needs, and it's completely free. Just want to point out, every MMO we have mentioned up to this point and probably beyond does have a store, but they don't really push it bar Trove.
Rift is a little bit, because you do buy stuff with stats on them.
Yeah, but I'm on about the game itself doesn't push you to do it.
No, it doesn't push you to do it. No way.
I have managed to get quite high in levels, and I've not had to dip into the store.
No, you don't, not at all.
And
No.
if you and another thing I like is they reward you for buying. You can pay to play it, by the way. It is still very much a thing you can do.
And you get bonuses.
And
And,
they-
Wildstar you can.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, they do reward you for doing that. Like, you will unlock more and more rewards the more patron that you buy for them, which is a very good way of saying thank you for playing our game. Something that Trove doesn't actually have. Like, if you buy patron, you only get the rewards for that. You don't
that
really
month
get.
or whatever,
You
yeah.
don't get any bonuses for saying, okay, for this month, because you've bought for 4 consecutive months, we'll give you all of this. And they give you a lot of stuff in Rift. They give you like mounts, pets, armors, cosmetics,
Oh, they're very.
all sorts of things. They're very generous. But yeah, we'll move on to number 4. Number 4 is Guild Wars 2.
It is Guild Wars 2. I played Guild Wars 1. You didn't, I didn't think.
No, I've not played the original Guild
That
Wars.
was really good. I loved that game. But
I don't
Guild
even know
Wars-
anything about it. That's pretty bad, but I don't know anything about the original
Guild
Guild
Wars 2. I must start with a negative, though.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry about this, guys, but I bought Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, this is a pretty big negative.
I bought Guild Wars 2, not knowing that there was going to be an expansion the very next month.
That's the heart
That
of
wouldn't,
Thorns.
yeah,
Yeah.
that wouldn't have annoyed me because, okay, in say like World of Warcraft, they've got a lot of expansions.
Yeah, some MMOs expand like crazy.
Yeah. With this, you can't get the expansion.
Separate from the base
separate
game.
from
can
the
you?
base game.
No.
So you have to spend an extra £35 to get it, which I thought was atrocious.
It's perfectly fine now if you're brand new and you want to get
if you're
it.
a new player, then it's fantastic.
The game itself is free to play. You just have to buy it initially, so you actually have to buy the game to play it. Like, imagine it as if it's a basic normal video game. You just buy it to play it, and once you've got it, you can play it for as long as you bloody like. it used to be pay to play as well, but it's not now. It used to be at the very beginning.
Gosh, I couldn't remember that.
As far as I remember, Guild Wars 2 was pay to play at the beginning. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
okay, that's out of the way.
But that's out of the way. Meatball has played a lot more of it, but before he gets into the main heart of it, I just want to point out there is one event in this goddamn game that I fell in love with so much. I really can't remember what it's called now, but it threw you into 8-bit worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Some treasure toy box thing. I can't remember what it was called, but I absolutely adored that. It was just so cute, so awesome, and I'll see if I can find what it's called. I'll pop it up on screen, I'll get you some footage. But that event is the main reason I love this game. I mean, there's a lot of other reasons behind it, like the char, oh my god, but there's a lot of reasons why I love this game, but that is the main one that got me into it. Anyway, go ahead, because you know more about it.
Characters. Fighting. Right, this is brilliant. You can have every single type of weapon in the game.
Oh yeah, you can pick up any type of weapon and you can use it.
Any type of... You can have a dagger and a one-handed axe. And you can have different
attacks.
Just
to clarify, that means a mage can have a spear?
You can have anything.
Exactly.
You can have a two-handed sword for a mage.
Or a giant hammer.
A giant hammer, yeah.
What he basically means is your attacks dynamically change dependent on what weapon you have. So if you like one style of weapons more than the others, you will get a different moveset per weapon. Because don't they have an engineer?
Yeah.
And if you have a flamethrower, you get a lot of fiery-based attacks. Then
and you get a little...
if you swap to a sword, it's like gas bombs and stuff.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, the character's amazing. Even if you go underwater.
Yeah, you get a new set. I will say, this is probably the only game in existence where underwater in an MMO is not atrocious. You can actually have an enjoyable experience beneath
phenomenal.
The ocean.
It is.
Because... you actually get, I think eventually you get a thing that lets you breathe underwater, plus all of your attacks, again, change. While you're underwater.
Yeah.
For a fire mage, all his attacks become boiling water-based ones, like steam-based attacks.
Steam.
You just blast them with superheated steam. It's really good and really dynamic.
Again, there's events that you can go to. You get shouted. And then you go all the way around the map.
Yeah.
And you can go to vistas. You can
explore a lot in this.
There's jumping puzzles.
And you also don't have to go back to the quest givers. You can just hand the quest in on the fly.
It's amazing for that kind of thing.
There is a lot of good stuff, but just remember, if you are going to buy it, make sure you keep any tabs on any expansions that are due.
Yeah, so hopefully they have learned, but I doubt it.
No, I doubt it.
Well, that was Guild Wars 2. I mean, I could say a lot about it.
Yeah, but you're going to say a lot about the fifth and final game. We are leaving this to last for a lot of other reasons, but number 5. Number 5, guys. Drum roll, please. It is, of course, World of Warcraft. It would have to be World of Warcraft. Oh, what can we say about this? First of all, I just want to point out, for those who don't know, Meatball has played this since Vanilla. I have played this since Wrath of the Lich King. So we both fairly equally have a good amount of experience with the game. And playtime. We have both sunk our very souls into this game. Literally, I think you really started sinking your soul into it once Illidan was a thing. Like, I think you played it quite a lot when it was in Vanilla, but as soon as, like, Burning Crusade hit, that was it. You just addicted to it for life.
I was watching my brother play it in the beta. And I thought, wow, this is different. This is actually quite fun.
Because obviously, it's like 11, 12 years old now, isn't it? It's like a really old MMO. It's the granddaddy of MMOs.
Yeah, I mean, you see these, like, again, it's cartoony, not cartoon graphics, but like...
No, not cartoon, but it's not realistic. It's a blurred line between realism and cartoon, so... It's very nice. I mean, they're improving it all the time nowadays with every expansion, and it's a very nice mix of, like, realism with animation at the same time.
I mean, what can I say?
There's a huge amount of content. Put it that way, you will not be bored. If you're brand new to it, you will not be bored for something to do. because there's PvE where you can just go out, complete quests, level your character, get yourself gear. If that's not your cup of tea, there's pet battles in there. Collect a load of pets, battle them against each other just like Pokemon. If that's not your thing, there's PvP. Plenty of PvP. You can just do anything from capture the flag, killing people, or just walk outside your nearest city and stab someone to death. There's so much you can be doing. Achievement farming, mount farming, you can go and do raids, you can do instances.
And because it's 13 years old,
yes,
you've got a lot of it.
You've got a lot of raids, a lot of instances, a lot of quests.
And a lot of lore as well.
There's a lot. If you're one of these people that love lore in a game, there is. I will say this wholeheartedly, though I'm not 100% up on WoW lore. You'll probably be hard pressed to find a better game out there that has a good amount of lore in it, because there is so many twists and turns in this story. It is insane.
We'll just ignore the last expansion.
Yeah. As much as we're singing its airs and graces, there is a lot about World of Warcraft that we also freaking well hate. The reason we've done the MMOs in this sort of order is because the ones beforehand, I feel WoW could take a lot from and develop a lot better if it did. Like, I don't know, just not going back to your quest giver all the time. That's something that really winds me up. You get a quest from a bunch of quest hubs, but you've got to run all the way back to them at the end.
What WoW, I know they've been trying to stay away from in the latest patches, but it's quests with kill 10 orcs, collect 20 pretty flowers.
Yeah, there's a lot of fetch quests, kill quests, and gathering quests and stuff like that. So,
you know, yes, I can understand that, but then just carry it on.
Yeah.
You know, like have the like your Wildstar, like your Rift.
Yeah.
Like just carry it on.
Or you could. I mean, they have something in the game called a Hearthstone, and what that will allows you to do is when you click it, it teleports you to wherever you set it, like a city or something. They could technically, wholeheartedly, without even thinking, Blizzard, if you want this idea, please contact me. You could just have some form of magical item that quest givers can talk to you through, where you can hand your quest back in.
Yeah.
It's like, if they say, well, how do you get your items off them? It's magic. They can teleport them to your damn bag. There are mages within that. It's perfectly reasonable within the realms of magic to think of, oh, they can transport items into your bag. Or, if necessary, keep something in your bag where they can do such a thing.
Like in Minecraft.
Yeah!
A bag of holding.
A bag of holding or something, exactly.
Yes.
Like, they put an item in their bag, you can take it out your end. A very simple idea that's been through a lot of fantasy stuff. But there's a lot of stuff about WoW that just grinds us, literally grinds us, because there's a lot in it now where they expect you to grind all the reputations to get anything decent from them. And there's a lot of grinding. They try and push as much of their stuff as they can. Plus, there's also garrisons. A great idea implemented piss poorly.
Yeah.
To sum it up, have you ever played Farmville? I'm pretty sure some of you out there have played Farmville, or some kind of farming-based Facebook game where you plant seeds one day, come back the next, and they've harvested because you've had to have a 24-hour wait time. That's in WoW. You set people off with resources, garrison resources, they'll go and farm a load of stuff for you, come back the next day, gather it up. Rinse, repeat. That's how you got your crafting materials within the latest expansion, which, as of this video, because there's a new one called Legion, is Warlords of Draenor. So it kind of winds me up that you'll need your crafting materials, but you can only collect them that way. Whereas previously, you'd go out into the world and gather them with your professions.
Which is very upsetting for me, because obviously a long-time WoW player.
Yeah.
I've seen the changes, and it's a lot easier now as well.
Yeah.
The game is so much easier.
The game is literally very hand-holdy now. It is so easy to do stuff. For example, if you can't be bothered to level, you can buy a max level character boost. It is expensive. It is very expensive. I'll give it you that. But you can buy.
You can do it.
You can pay £40 and you will, or $40. Or I think it'd be like $45 to $50. But it's £40 British money. You can calculate that in your thing, and you can get a max level character for the current expansion, which is level 100. That's 100 levels that you don't have to grind your way up, which I would not recommend doing for brand new players because you will not know what your class's abilities are, or your rotations or anything like that.
Again, they've changed that. they can.
Oh yeah, you get now given a tutorial when you do that, don't you?
Well, you can get a level 1 to level like 30 within an hour.
Yeah, with heirlooms. Without them, if you're a brand new player, you probably couldn't.
You could, because they've squeezed the.
You can actually, if you was in a guild, yeah, I can see that possible if you're in a guild with the perks.
And for me, I could probably get a level 1 to level 90, which is the highest level at the moment. To
no, level 100's the moment.
Is it?
It's 100 at the moment.
Okay, I'm sorry, I've been.
He's been away from it a while, but level 100 is your max level.
Oh yeah, because it's 110.
Yeah, we get 110 now.
Yeah,
because it jumped from 80 to 85, then we got 90, then we got 100.
I could probably do that within about 4 days, probably 4 or 5
days. You could.
Days.
There are people out there that have spammed the living hell. If you know what quests to do and you know how well to do them, you can get a character to max level easily enough.
So.
But as much as there are downsides, the game itself is...
I still love it.
It's amazing. It keeps bringing us back. It doesn't matter what other MMOs we've played, all the ones we mentioned before this list, and the honourable mentions that we're going to mention afterwards, all of them get put to one side because we want to go back to WoW.
Exactly.
Every single one of them has been defeated for some reason or another because we want to go back onto WoW and we want to do something on there.
It's what we call WoW crack.
Yeah, it gets you addicted. I don't know what it is because there are some really terrible things about that game. I spend most of my WoW time flying around Stormwind.
Yeah.
I'm on a flying mount, and all I'm doing is kind of like a track that I fly through. If there was a goddamn racing game in Stormwind where you could fly and do weaves across things like around the cathedral spire, through the balloon, I would be a damn expert at that.
I think it's because there's a lot of memories.
There is a lot of memories.
Because again, it's 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, there's a lot of memories. There's a lot of fun times to be had. It is not a terrible game by any means.
I introduced you, I introduced your mum, I introduced your sister.
I've introduced my fiance.
Exactly.
I've met some really good friends from there that I've got real life friends that are from there. I visit them regularly enough.
Pointy.
Yes. if she ever watches this, I hope she bloody does. But yeah, so definitely give it a go. And the good news, you can play up to level 20 for free if you want to give it a try. That is something you can do.
But it seems to be quite faulty.
Is it?
Yes, as
I've
in
no idea
that
about
video we watched recently.
Oh, definitely. I'd still say definitely give it a go. Give it a go. If you want to give it a go, do the level 20 thing because you do have to pay to play this one. It is a subscription based. It's not a free to play MMO. You have to buy the game and the expansions and then pay to play it. It will put a lot of people off, but I can tell you it is worth your money.
It's actually the only one on the list.
It is the only one. Even the honourable mentions are free.
Yeah.
Which, talking of, we're moving on to. Honourable mention number 1 for you.
EverQuest. Another game which I played in my childhood and my brother played in his childhood. Brilliant game. Can't remember much of it, but I remembered it. I think it's around about 20 odd years old now.
I've never played it, so
but it was brilliant. I had a lot of memories. That's definitely one of my honourable mentions.
Honourable mention number 2 is All Odds. However you say it. The MMO, the MMO itself. It's okay. It's subpar. It's all right. It's an okay MMO. It's not the most in-depth. I haven't played it in a while, but it's all right. It's definitely worth a try. Completely free to play. The reason it's on here is because the Christmas event was fucking phenomenal. Excuse the language. It really was. You could turn yourself into a giant yeti and throw snowballs at other players to turn them into giant yetis.
I think we've spent the most of the time doing that.
Yeah. We didn't really care about leveling or anything. We just got the candy and wanted to throw snowballs everywhere. We had so much damn fun. So yeah, All Odds is definitely on the honourable mentions. Next one, jumping straight in, will be number 9, EVE Online. I am mentioning this one, even though Meatball's arguing with me, it's not an RPG, but it is. I am mentioning this one because I played a free trial, a month free trial. I got a free trial from Team UDF, giving you a shout out, dude. A very long time ago now. I played this. The learning curve is pretty steep, but if you want a really in-depth space exploration MMO, you cannot get one better than EVE Online. It is insanely good, insanely in-depth, and definitely give it a look over if you want a decent sci-fi based RPG. And for the final honourable mention, last but by no means least, take it away.
It's DC Universe Online. It's now on every single blooming platform you can think of.
Yeah, any console you can think of. Probably not the Wii or the Wii U, but we're saying Xbox 360.
It's 360,
It's only Xbox One.
PS3, PS4, Xbox One recently,
PC.
and definitely PC.
Yeah.
Love it. I love comic books, so I love DC and I love Marvel.
I mean, it has its downsides. It can be quite repetitive with the quests and stuff.
And
But
it's very pay to play as well.
Yeah, it's very much pay to win. But if you just want to have a bit of a game where you want to create a superhero, have a dick around, beat some bad guys up, play the fantasy out you want to play, give it a go. It's free to play. You might as well.
Yeah, fantastic game. It is. I do love it. It's got a good story to it. So,
Yeah, definitely. Right, wrapping this video up. I'm glad you enjoyed this bumper birthday special video. Don't think you'll be getting another one for a while because it's taken me ages to edit this. If it's any good. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look. I apologise if we didn't include an MMO you've played. Like I've said, comment section below. We'll have a look at them. We've played so many.
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to us. We're happy to be 4 years old. Take care, everyone, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.